Hello folks, welcome to my channel Java Demystified by SSR. Here comes the question number 6. What are different kinds of variables in Java? So many people many a times confuse with different kinds of names of variables in Java. I personally experienced this confusion among so many people whom I interacted with. So let's demystify the different kinds of variables in Java. So let me explain with some illustration. So I'm here having a my text edit. It's like a notepad kind of thing, and let me annotate here. So now variables, right? We are discussing about variables in Java, right? What's first of all a variable? Variable is something which actually changes during the course of program execution. Okay, so in Java, generally, that means in general, there are two kinds of variables. Okay, there are two kinds. So the first kind actually, the first one is a primitive variables. First is a primitive variables, and second kind actually is a reference variables. So what are primitive variables and what are reference variables? That we need to understand now. Okay, so primitive variables are the variables which are defined with primitive data types. So any variable, if at all you want to declare a variable in any programming language, whatever the programming language it may be, so how you declare that particular variable? Let me actually show you here. So here, for example, if at all you want to declare a variable here, we will be saying int a, okay, some integer a I'm declaring. So otherwise we can say some int x equals to 10. That means every time a variable is declared, we are associating that with its data type. As an example, I can actually say like this: string name equals to Java. Okay, so name is a variable and it is associated with its type. The type here is string and here the type is Java, right? Yeah. So any variable is always also declared will always be associating with the data types. Now a variable is declared with a primitive type. It declared with a primitive type, then it is going to be a primitive variable. So what are primitive types actually? So we have so many primitive types, right? So in Java, we define 8 primitive types. 8 primitive types. What are 8 primitive types or 8 primitive data types? So this is what we define in Java. So let me make it bigger so that it is visible to everyone. Yeah, there are 8 primitive data types. So I have a question related to 8 primitive data types and I will be explaining in detail of all those primitive data types. Here I am just listing the 8 primitive data types. So we have 4 integer types, that is int, byte, then we have short, then we have long. So they are just int, byte, short, long. So like unlike C and C++, we don't have short int and long int. So it is just short and it is just long. And we have one more integral data type that is called char. And then we have two floating point data types. One is a float, another is double. And finally, we have a Boolean data type also. So these are the 8 primitive data types. So there are only 8 data types which are primitive in Java. So we don't need to worry about different kinds of data types like in C and C++. We have variety of data types actually. So here in Java, it is very simple and straightforward. There are 8 primitive data types. So now any variable defined with or declared with these type, then these variables are going to be primitive. Okay, so as an example, I will have some boolean status. Okay, so this boolean status that can be true or false. Otherwise I will have some double pi, which is actually some 3.14. I will have some float length of some table or some thread or whatever it may be. So in the same fashion, I have some char ch equals to, so any character is actually represented in single quotes, let's say x. Okay, so this is the character, this is how we can actually declare a primitive variable with this char type. And we have some long L over there and some short s, and then byte b, then integer some a. So these a, b, s, l and so on, ch length, pi status, these are actually primitive variables. What are primitive variables? The variables which are declared with primitive data types or primitive variables. This is straightforward because this was there in C and C++ also. Okay, so now we have reference variables also. What are reference variables? So that is something interesting actually. Okay, so because in object oriented programming languages we have classes, we have a concept called class. As part of the object model we define both class as well as object, so both comprise of object model. And any class actually, any class in the object oriented programming is an ADT, abstracted data type. Okay, so as an example, I have a class string which is predefined in lang package. I have a class system, and which is also predefined. I have some class called thread which is predefined, right? So now any variable which is of type class, then that is going to be a reference variable. Okay, for example, I can have my user defined classes like person and a student, customer. Okay, so now I'm just saying just test. So these are the user defined classes. Now any variable declared with a class type, because every class actually is an abstract data type in object oriented programming languages. So those variables actually called reference variables. Now I can say some string s equals to some abc. Okay, so now I am initializing also this particular s. This s is a reference variable. Then I have some thread t. The t is of type thread, so it is a reference variable. Now from my predefined classes I can have some person p1 comma p2 comma p3, something like that, n number of persons I can define. So this p1 p2 p3 are reference variable because its type is person. In the same fashion, some student s1 and some customer c1 and some test t1. So these are all t1 c1 s1 and p1 p2 p3 st. So all these are actually of type um, class. That's why they are actually called reference variables. So in general, in Java we have two kinds of variables based on their type actually. Okay, if the type is any primitive data type, they are primitive variables. If the type of the variable is class type, then they are reference variables. Okay, so this is clear, right? Yeah. So now what actually happens is, based on the declaration, we have three kinds of variables which can be primitive or reference, So now we have, based on the declaration, we have three kinds of variables. Let me name those variables initially. Okay, so then we will understand how 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 those things will be declared, where those things will be declared, etc. So now based on the declaration, so there are three kinds of variables. So let me write those variables here. Yeah, so now the first variable is instance variable, and the second is class variable, or we can say static, and the third is a local variables. Okay, instance variables, class variables, and static. Based on the declaration, we have three kinds of variables. Those are instance variables, class variables or static variables, and local variables. Okay, and one more thing, so these things can be either primitive, or these three can be either reference. Okay, so an instance variable can be a primitive variable. An instance variable can also be a reference variable. Okay, so those things we are going to understand now. So based on the declaration, so what is the declaration, where they are going to get declared? Okay, so in class, so where you are defining, actually in class you can actually declare variables which can be either instance or static. Okay, so in method or constructor, because constructor is also method, you will have local variables. It is simple to understand, right? So we are saying, based on the declaration, the variables can be either instance, static, or local, right? So when this instance and static can be there, means if they are declared inside a class, if they are declared inside a class, okay, so those can be either instance or local. So when they will become instance, when they will become static, if static keyword is used, then they are class variables or static variables. So inside a class, if static variable is keyword, static modifier is used, then they are class variables or static variables. If non-static, so that means static keyword was not used, then they are instance variables. Then their instance variables. Clear? So there are, if the variables are declared inside a class, they can be instance or static. They are static because they were declared with the static keyword, which is a modifier. And if there is no static keyword and a variable is declared, then it will be instance variable. And all variables which are declared inside a method, all variables which are declared inside a method are local variables. Okay, so this is the kind of variables that we have actually in Java. In general, there are two kinds, primitive and reference, and based on the declaration, we have three kinds of variables: instance, class or static, and local. Okay, if if the variable is declared inside a class with a static keyword, then it is a class variable, or it can be called as a static variable. If a variable is declared inside a class without any static keyword, then it is non-static, which is also called instance variable. If variables are declared inside a method, then they are called local variables. Hope things are clear. So let me go back to my program and explain you all these things with a particular program actually. So let me clear all these drawings. So actually I'm going to my Sublime. So I have a program written here. Yeah, so let's go to this person .java. So here if you see, if you can actually see here, let me annotate with something. Yeah, if you see here, I have a class person. So this is a class, right? So in class, name is a variable which is declared, which is of type string. Age is a variable which is declared, which is of type integer, right? So name is a variable which is of type string. So what is actually, so this particular name, what kind of variable is this? What kind of variable is this? So let me actually write here. What kind of variable is this? Because name is of type string, so it is a reference variable, right? Yeah, that is one thing. And name is declared inside a person class, right? And which is non-static, So it is an instance variable. As I told you, this instance static or local variables can be primitive or can be reference, right? So now this instance name is instance variable, which is a reference variable. Now if you see this age is of type int, so it is a primitive variable, it's a primitive type, but it is an instance because it is non-static, it is non-static, fine. Then coming to this planets, so planet actually is of type string, so it is a reference variable, it is a reference variable, and this planet is also having a modifier called static, so it is a class variable. That means it is going to get stored in the class area, so that's why it is a class variable, and this value going to be same for entire class. So I will come up with another question, coming up with another question called static, there I will discuss about this thing. Yeah, so now you have two kinds of variables, right? Instance variables and the class variables. This is also called static variable because it's declared with a keyword called static. And this instance can be reference type or primitive type. This static can, these things also can be, these static or class variables also can be um, primitive type or reference type. So let me actually declare one primitive type which is actually static. So actually what I'm doing is I'm saying double. Okay, so now actually I'm making it static double, and pi equals to 3.14. Okay, now pi is a variable which is of type double, so immediately it is a primitive type, it's a primitive type, and it is static, so it is a class variable or static variable, right? So now your instance variables and your class variables can be reference type or can be primitive type. So generally we have two kinds of variables, primitive and reference. We understand why. If any variable is of class type, that is reference variable. If any variable of primitive type, that is a primitive variable. Okay, so now one more thing I would like to tell you here, all the instance members will be stored in the heap area. We understand that. Okay, so all these things will be in heap area, and all the static members will be stored in a memory called class area, which is also called method area. So these two things will be now getting stored in the method area. So this also will be in the method area, or also called class area, right? So now two are over. So now I have a method in my class person, void set person, and this person actually takes two variables n and a. So this n and a, this n comma a are declared inside this particular method, right? As part of the method, the variables are declared. So any variable which is declared inside a method, is a local variable. Okay, so the variables which are declared inside a constructor also, they are called local variables, and local variables can be declared inside any block also. A block is actually actually defined with open and closed braces or curly braces. So if, for example, if we can define some int a, something like that, so this also will become a local variable. So local variable is a variable which is declared inside a method or a constructor or a block. Again, these local variables can be primitive or reference. Now for example, if you see n is of type string, which is a reference variable, a is of type integer, which is a primitive variable. Okay, so these are local variables, and all local variables will get stored in where? Stack area. Okay, so for every method invocation, for set person method, a new stack frame is going to get created, and this n and a, which are local variables, will be allocated in that particular stack area, in that particular stack. So here what I am doing, these local variables I am actually setting to my instance variable name and age. Okay, so then I have another method actually called get person. So this is just like a display method to display the personal details. I don't have any local variables here. I am just referring to this name, age, and planet. name and age are actually instance members which actually will be accessed from the heap area as part of the object, and this planet will be there in the class area whenever it is requested. So it will go it will go to the class area and fetch the value, and it will get printed actually through system.out.println. Okay, so now I have a main method also. As part of the main method I have args actually. So what is args here? Args is also a local variable. Okay, so and its type is actually string, so it is a reference type. It's a reference variable and which is a local variable, right? And again I have something called person p. So now person is class, right? So person is a class, so p is first of all a reference variable, and it's a reference variable because it is declared inside this main method, which is a local variable also. So p is a reference variable, which is person is user defined class. Okay, so any class in Java becomes an ADT, abstract data type, and you can declare um, variables of that particular type. So p is of type person, so a reference variable, and which is a local variable, and which is going to get allocated in stack. So even this args also will be allocated in stack, right? So I don't have any other variables actually. So here I am creating an object. So all objects will get created in the heap. Now I am invoking set person, I am invoking get person. Okay, so this is about the local the kinds of variables actually. So let me, because I have written this particular program, let me save this and let me compile and see what will be the output of this actually. So here in order to understand the output, let's once again go through this class. I have how many members? 4 members: name, age, planet, and pi. And I am setting actually n and a because planet and pi already have been set. We just need to set name and age. I have a set person method. I am setting these two values n and a, and when I'm asking the person details, actually I am asking for name, age, and planet. Of course this pi I have just used as part of an example only, so I am not making use of it. I'm commenting it. So two forward slashes actually comment the things, and get person will give these three details. So in my main method I am creating a person object which is referred by p. I'm calling set person, xyz 30 will be set to name and age. When I ask get person, xyz name will get printed, 30 age will get printed, planet earth is going to get printed. So let me save this. I'm going to my terminal. So here, so let me clear all my drawings. Yeah, so here I am compiling this javac person.java, compiled successfully, and java person. This is not person.main, so main method is invoked. A local variable is going to get created, an object is going to get created, set person method is called, and get person method is also called. So get person actually will give us details of the person. Name is xyz, age is 30, and the planet he lives is actually earth. Okay, so program is fine, but the thing that we have to understand here is what are different kinds of variables. I hope you have understood about this clearly. So how many variables are there? In general, there are two kinds of variables: primitive variables and reference variables. And based on the declaration, the variables can be instance variables or non-static, or static variables or class variables, and local variables. Hope you understood. Hope you understood clearly the different kinds of variables used in Java. And if you are impressed with this explanation, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for many more videos which are coming so fast. Thank you.